Hello everyone, I'm Laura. John Wagner, what is your role here at F5?
So I'm on the Dev Central team, which is our online community at F5, and I'm a senior solution developer. I write content, I do like videos and write articles, that kind of thing, so just help out our community.
How do you think this partnership helps protect these kinds of industries?
Well, the idea of critical infrastructure that you need to protect from things like network attacks, malware, that kind of thing, is absolutely critical. So maybe just a quick picture up here. You know, if you have a web application that you're trying to protect here, and you put F5 technology in front of that, so here's your F5, and then you've got OPSWAT doing its awesome work as well. So like maybe you have your MetaDefender, and you've got, you know, good customers out here, and then you've got bad attackers out here, you know, that are doing their things. So with the critical infrastructure that you need to protect, there are network attacks that are coming in where F5 can protect against those on things like a web application firewall. We have our Advanced WAF. We even have, like, there's security features built into things like our LTM or APM, many different modules that F5 has. So from a network attack specifically, where you're trying to attack the web application, F5 can certainly protect against those kinds of things. Where you have users trying to upload files, let's say, to a web application, maybe you want to upload a resume, or you want to upload a picture to, you know, some online social application or whatever, right? Then, you know, these files come in, F5 is going to be able to capture that, it's going to be able to decrypt the traffic, but then it passes it down via this ICAP protocol to OPSWAT, and then OPSWAT's going to be able to kick in with all the different antivirus engines that OPSWAT has, you know, at its disposal. The content disarm and reconstruct, the CDR, the deep CDR that OPSWAT does, like with all the zip files. You know, you can get into every single zip file and like you know, and really go all the way down deep into every single file. Also, all the components of the file. So like if there's, I don't know, like if you have a Word document and there's comments in the Word document, maybe an attacker will try to slip some kind of a piece of malware into the, you know, little comments that you'll see on like a Word document.
Yeah. Sometimes there's information inside of these comments that is confidential and you don't want this kind of information released. So it's also good to try to clean some of these up for privacy reasons.
Yeah, so so it's not maybe just malware stuff, maybe it's confidentiality, privacy, that kind of stuff, exactly. So OPSWAT can take care of all of that kind of stuff, so that at the end of the day, you've got a safe and secure web application that has been protected by all of the security features of both F5 and OPSWAT combined, and it just provides really critical security protection to your critical infrastructure.
Excellent. Can you name some of the F5 products that are compatible with the OPSWAT MetaDefender core technologies?
Yeah, so several modules for F5. We've got F5 Big IP, LTM, our local traffic manager, is compatible. And then our SSL Orchestrator is compatible, our ASM, which is our WAF, our web application firewall, and then also our new Advanced WAF. So all of these can connect to the OPSWAT MetaDefender. They use the ICAP protocol to do that connection, but yeah, so several different F5 modules are compatible.
Now, can you provide us some examples, without naming any companies in particular, of the different industries that the OPSWAT WAF have been able to integrate with the MetaDefender ICAP server? And is there any success stories that you take particular pride in?
Yeah, so you know, frankly, anyone that cares about viewing, you know, files or file traversal across their network, that kind of thing. So like financial companies where you may, you know, upload a file onto some website, or maybe healthcare businesses, or government sector like state, federal government. Really, if you have an application where you allow users to upload a file to your web application, then you're going to care about this stuff. And so there's you know, there's a lot of success stories out there, and OPSWAT does a great job of really that deep inspection of the files to make sure that everything is protected and clean and sanitized and all that, you know, so that no malware gets onto your network. So.
The F5 WAF and the OPSWAT MetaDefender ICAP server have a long-standing integration history, but most recently we've been able to bundle the F5 ICAP server with the SSL Orchestrator. Can you tell us a bit about this integration and how this affects our F5 customers?
Yeah. So really quick, the F5 SSL Orchestrator, I'm going to draw a quick little picture here. If you've got a client out here on the internet and they're looking to access your web application here, then you can put the SSL Orchestrator, I'm just going to put SSLO in line here, and then you also have the OPSWAT MetaDefender, I'm just going to put MD right here. Alrighty, so SSLO, you're going to have an encrypted communication from the client into the SSL Orchestrator. The SSL Orchestrator is going to decrypt that traffic and then be able to pass that traffic down, again, via using the ICAP protocol, down to OPSWAT to let OPSWAT do the deep packet or the deep file inspection, the CDR stuff, the antivirus scanning, all of that. And then once it's done, it's going to be able to pass it back up to SSL Orchestrator, where it will then be re-encrypted and sent onto the web application. So the cool thing about SSL Orchestrator is that it can do all the heavy lifting of the encryption and decryption, and so it takes that burden off of the OPSWAT machines. SSLO, or frankly the Advanced WAF or ASM or LTM, or frankly any of the F5 technologies are custom built with their hardware so that they do all of this encryption and decryption very, very fast. And like I said, it frees up the resources so that these technologies like OPSWAT can do the great work that they do without having to worry about encryption.
Can you mention some of the OPSWAT MetaDefender core technologies that are available?
So you've got like CDR, you've got the content, disarm, reconstruct. You've got antivirus scanning, where you have I don't remember the number of engines that you guys have. It's many, many antivirus engines that would scan a file. So again, like if a file is being uploaded to your web application, maybe you've got upload like a resume or whatever. Then as that file comes in, all the antivirus engines that are built into OPSWAT are going to scan that file all at the same time. So for example, if you had only one antivirus engine that's looking at a particular file, then it may miss some malware, right?
Right.
But if you've got 30 or 40 or whatever, tons of these antivirus engines, then the likelihood is that something is going to catch that. So maybe said another way, the likelihood that the malware is actually going to get through every single one of those is very, very low. So it's probably going to catch. And then this content, disarm, and reconstruct is really cool because it actually takes any kind of active, threats, content of a file, and it pulls it out of that file, and then it cleans it, it sanitizes it, and then it reconstructs the file and it sends it on to the web application. So the web application itself, the endpoint here, still has a usable file that it can do all the things that it needs to do, but all of the bad parts have been taken out here. So really cool stuff.
Excellent, thank you. Okay. So for over 10 years, F5 and OPSWAT have worked together on access control or endpoint control as part of the OASIS framework. Can you shed some light on this APM application platform?
Yeah, so F5's APM, I'm just going to draw a little thing here. So it's our Access Policy Manager. So this would be big IP APM right here on the F5 side. So let's say you have users out here that want to access your network. So this is your network here, and this, you have all your web applications inside your network. So users are coming in to access web applications, access network resources, that kind of thing. So APM is all about access control and keeping the right people, or allowing access to the right people, keeping the wrong people out, that kind of thing, right? So as a user out here comes to access your network or your web application, that user is going to come into the APM where they're going to have like a logon screen. Maybe there's you can have multi-factor authentication here. I'll put MFA. So you use username and password, but then, oh, by the way, you got to get that, a text maybe sent to your phone, or maybe you get an email, you get a call, or whatever it is. So there's that two-factor or multi-factor authentication. So all that stuff happens here at APM. And then once all that stuff is authorized and done correctly, then the user gains access, back here to the network, to the web applications. OPSWAT here also comes into play with OASIS, spelled O-E-S-I-S, right? OASIS, and the OASIS framework works together with APM so that if this user out here, is on his computer, and this computer does not have the proper antivirus, let's say, or maybe there's some patches that need to be applied that this user hasn't put patches on their machine, or maybe their hard drive needs to be encrypted but it's not encrypted at the moment, or whatever, then what APM can do is connect together here, work together with OPSWAT where these are connected, and together APM can say, hey, are you the right person, and that kind of stuff. But then OPSWAT jumps in and says, hey, did you have the right antivirus? So maybe you have like semantic antivirus on your laptop or whatever it is. OPSWAT can say, hey, do you have the right version of semantic? Do you need any patches, done on any of your software, or is your hard drive encrypted, or that kind of thing. And so it provides a lot deeper inspection of the endpoints. And one of the critical things about that is, in today's day and age, you got so many people, working from the coffee shop, or working from home, or working from the whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're all over the place. They're not sitting in your business or in your place of, of work or business or whatever. And so you don't really know where these people are going to be or what devices they're going to be on to access your critical infrastructure. Mm-hmm. So you need something in place to inspect this stuff before you just allow it in. So anyway, the Big IP APM and OPSWAT OASIS framework work together really powerfully to make sure that anyone that comes into your network is it has a secure machine and that kind of thing. So to be able to configure that and say, hey, this user, I'm not worried as much about this thing or that, but this other user I'm worried about a whole lot more. To be able to configure that is supremely powerful. So that's really cool that OPSWAT's able to do that. Awesome.
Okay.